prescription inserts for my goggles.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay, I'm launching. You might want to back up a couple steps. Okay, land. I'll get out of the way. Oh shit. Slow down, man. Holy crap. Oh! Landed.
How about now? Oh my God. Do we actually have sound? Woohoo! That means I gotta fix every view. So hold on. Now I gotta fix the other view. 1 second. Stupid OBS. I don't even know it. It's not even, didn't even get disconnected from the wrong USB port. Oy vey. Hello everyone out there. You're early because I can't get started because, you know, I can't do it. Okay, so where is number 4? That's this one, so we're good. Now we've got to pick number 1, mixer. Oh, we fixed it on all of them. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. All right, let's see. Almost ready. Almost ready. Do we have sound still? Oh, now I'm on the wrong camera. And now I don't have the mic video pointed. Oh dear, I've ruined everything. There we go. Probably just got a text message said, hey, I'm watching your stream, you're an idiot. Okay, here we go. Are we here? Hi, it's Wednesday. It's only 1/4 after, so I'm only 15 minutes late. Glasses aren't that dirty. Welcome, Chris, Bad for Life. And Chris, Bad for Life. All right, both of you guys are here. Cool. We are, everything looks the same, but maybe a slight bit different because the camera's a little closer, because I built like a gaming rig, flight simulator rig that the camera is now on. If you guys want to see it, I'll show it to you. It's not done. It's a work in progress. It's part of why I haven't been here the past couple of weeks, almost a month. Part of it's work too. Work. But so what are we doing? We're going to keep working on this hunk of junk that we have left in the same state. I haven't done a damn thing to it. So here's the wings that we cut out. I think we may have the correct set of wings now. Let's double check. I don't even know that. Yes, we do. We have the correct pieces of wing. We have a fuselage. Yeah, give it a tour. Okay, all right. You want to see it? Oh my God, how am I going to do this? It's not going to be that exciting, you guys. First of all right, I'll show you the part that I can just carry. Hold on. So this is going to be like the original idea was going to, I'll try not to talk about it for too long because I'll probably bore you guys. But then again, this plane will probably bore you guys too. So there's a thing called a Cessna 172. You probably heard of it. It's an airplane. Yeah. Kind of popular among the GA enthusiasts. Just a little history. My dad, I grew up, one of the reasons I think I love aviation is I grew up around aviation. My dad had a Beechcraft Bonanza, a V-tail. I believe I've mentioned that before, but it was a V-tail. It had a regular six-pack. It had an autopilot. It had, back in the day, a King Bendix radio stack and autopilot, and it was very expensive, but it's like junk now, of course. Anyway, okay, so here, I'll grab it. It's right over. See, I didn't build this for this, but I repurposed this whole work bench, this mobile station here to hold this. So here's the panel that I just took off the rig that's behind us. What is that coming on camera? Yeah, maybe. Whoa, I'm breaking it. Look, it's okay because this is not going to be permanent. This is trashed anyway. So this is not the right size. But basically, I bought two panels 10-inch panels from, it's a glass cockpit, obviously. It's going to sort of replicate a G1000, a Garmin G1000. And so the rig will have a total of 6 monitors, which I actually had working, one for one day, for one flight. Then the board for this PFD, the one over my head, blew out, which I knew was going to happen, but that's another story. Anyway, so two 10-inch panels hooked up to the StarTech HDMI, dual HDMI to USB 3 video card, you might say. A Stream Deck. The joystick goes where my head is. This is where the throttle is, and the mixture, and the trim, and the flap switch. Anyway, so all that is part of this thing that goes behind you. What are you guys are saying? What's the stall speed? Stall speed. The stall speed of a real Cessna is about 40 knots with the flaps fully extended. The stall speed in the simulator, it's hard to say, because the simulator is not anywhere near like probably the real thing, of course. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll grab this. Let's see if we can do this. Here, what I'll do is let's leave this here. I'm going to leave the tripod where it is. Okay, and we're going to take this thing off. This thing comes off. If I do this, there we go. Okay, and I'll put it over there. Okay, so let's go over here. So this whole thing is like on this platform. So there's the office chair that I took apart, and that's what you sit in. So it's one of these office chairs. So I have two of them because I used to have an office upstairs too. So I took the office chair apart and I built this wood platform. There's the Thrustmaster rudder pedals down there. And there is the throttle and mixture and the trim. Very important. The trim is very important. So, and then there's the monitor setup. It's not, the light is screwing it up. Let's see if I can somehow, why is it so bad? Okay, I'm going to turn this, hold on. Let's turn that away. There, maybe that's better. Sorry for the terrible camera. But so the whole thing is built on this platform. Those 4 monitors are on monitor risers. You can see back there maybe. There's a whole bunch of them. 4 of them. And then the computer is back there. It's got a RTX 3080, 32 gigs of RAM. It's a AMD. Keyboard is right there. This is just that other throttle, ancient throttle quadrant is from the my old simulator setup. Anyway, That's what one of my side projects here that's taken up half this world in my little space down here. But let me see what you guys are saying. So anyway, hey, off axis, welcome, welcome. Yeah, so anyway, that's what I kind of been working on is work stuff and that. Oh, and so the G1000, the way it works, the way I'm building these control panels too. This is kind of the fun part. So these things are, here's the one that's not plugged in yet. So they're built on, I just do like a perf board. And this is a dual rotary encoder. So it's a rotary encoder and another rotary encoder and then a push button. These are single rotary encoders on this one. So this one's probably the, oh, it goes this way up. So this is the nav radio control, and this is for the nav volume, like you hear the Morse code of the nav station you're tuned to. And then this one is for the heading. This is the heading bug. And this one has like a, this is the, they're going to run on these Arduino Megas. I've got 2 of them. And I'm going to fill up all the ports on one and about 12 or 13 ports on the other, because each button or switch has like a wire going to it, obviously. So this is like the FMS, the flight management system. This is where you'd put in your flight plan, like your IFR flight plan. And then this one is the this is the nav radio or the comm radio. So it's got a push button, outer dial, inner dial. This is the barometer and the course, and it also has a push button to set the current course to your current heading. This is the range. It's got a, this is a cool one, except it's causing me problems, but this one has got up, down, left, right, and then a rotary encoder, and then a push button. And that's exactly what's on the G1000, except the push button pushes all the buttons at the same time. And it says that in the data sheet. And I'm like, why the hell did they wire it like that? That's a mystery that I haven't been able to solve. So I'm going to bypass that by having a separate push button. So I'm actually going to have to redo these eventually with a separate thing, unless I figure out how to wire it. But anyway, so I built all these. You can tell one of these is like the first one I did the wires for, because it's like all the wires are all janky. That one there, because I didn't know what I was doing. And then now when I build them, they're all nice. And anyway, it's been a fun project. It's got a ways to go. Yeah, so it's fun. It's been fun. I mean, there were some stuff on Thingiverse to do the whole, like, download. In fact, I've downloaded and printed some of that, and I even got some pre-made PCBs. But you have to do surface mounting, and I'm not ready to do surface mounting stuff yet. So in the meantime, this is like a temporary stepping stone to my final version, really. But these are all just like, you know, things that I threw in. They're crude. They're crude looking because I just did it in Fusion 360, like, you know, and they weren't. I did them very quickly. Drew them up very quickly. Anyway, okay. That's what I've been working on. It's a real fun project, and I got 2 simulator programs. Oh, another thing I realized is that this is a great setup for racing too. If I get a one of those a direct drive steering wheel things and change out the pedals, you know, I could just, it's like a sim rig made out of wood instead of a fancy next level $700. You know, most of that wood was like scrap that I already had in the garage. All the 2x4s, just the platform was, that sheet was. The platform is the size it is because that's basically the piece of wood I had. And I said, oh, this is kind of actually perfect. So 2 foot by 4 foot, we'll just go with it. Anyway, enough talking about that. Sorry to bore you guys. But yeah, it's fun. It's a fun project. I'm not really a big gamer, so it's not like it's mostly for Flight Simulator and not gaming, but I kind of thought about it afterwards, and as I got into these watching videos about stuff, it's kind of funny that it's somewhat similar to this hobby where I've seen a lot of things that I've thought of myself just independently that aren't that brilliant, don't get me wrong. Then I see other people do it, and I'm like, yeah, great minds think alike. But I did have to move this camera a little closer for now until I come up with a way to do the camera and the lights. So the lights I still have to bring in and set up. In fact, this one is not really like, it's not at all where it used to be. And I think it's causing issues. I'm going to try to put it up and point it away a little bit. I don't know. I hope it's working okay. So how's everybody doing out there? Robert is here. Yes, Robert, I have come for my not semi-annual. Yeah. Is it semi-annual or biannual? Which one is it? If it's every other year, it's semi-annual, right? And if it's twice a year, it's no. If it's every other year, it's biannual, and if it's twice a year, it's semi-annual. Yeah, that must be it. So, okay, this angle's good. It's like close. It's definitely closer. This room is not that big, so everything is squeezed in, and now I've got like this tight space, but you know, I've got my, it's kind of cool. Here, I'll pan over here this way a little bit too. So I got my whole like workshop, or this is my computer workshop over here. And I have my two cubes down there, the two white things you can barely see the top of. And then that's my work, but mostly my workstation there. And there's my my hobby workstation here. So yeah, oh, it's a little loose. What am I gonna do? Here, hold on. Hold on, I screwed it all up now. But I managed to pack it all in, and buying these are these monitor stands. I still have one more because I'm basically going to switch around the monitors a little bit more, but this brand, this Vivo, I like it. I bought some at work for somebody, and that's how I discover a lot of things that I like, is I buy it for somebody at work, and then I'm like, God damn, that's good. I'll buy one for myself. And so I bought, like, I barely made it. I'm barely making it to payday because I bought all these goddamn stands on Amazon. And you know, when you buy one, it's not that much, but if you buy four, and that one that's extra tall costs like twice as much as the other one. So then now I bought the heavy duty ones because the side monitors aren't quite so this heavy duty one I'm going to take apart and add it to the other ones. It's kind of hard to explain, but not really. But anyway, I'm still going to redo that some more. It's just like experimental stage at this point, but it sure is fun when I actually get it flying. And oh, the two monitors I got from AliExpress were beautiful when I first turned them on, and then one of them started to get this noise like after 20 minutes of being on, and then after 30 minutes it was almost like all black for like an inch on the right side. And so this board is the board that controls it, and it turns out this is the board that was the problem. Thank goodness not the panel. So I actually, on AliExpress, there's like basically a chat thing where you can chat with the seller in China. And since I'm always up at like 2 o'clock in the morning, they're up at 2 o'clock in the morning because it's not 2 o'clock in the morning where they are. So I actually chatted with the seller, and he's sending me a new board, hopefully. I haven't got it yet. So I took the time to like get everything all fixed, all the wiring, everything off the floor because the basement floods. So I'm trying to make sure that there's no wiring touching the floor. All the computers are up on things, everything. The only things that would get ruined is like the wood stuff, I think, mostly. It's, you know, because when it floods, it doesn't like flood. I mean, it's like floods like that much. Okay, so what are we doing? We're going to build the bottom piece of this thing. This thing has a separate bottom piece, the piece that's completely coming off here. And then I think we should tape some of these things and possibly see if we can actually start making some structure. Oh, and I have the tail pieces too. Well, I've printed them out. They must be on the printer. So what's happening in the world here? Robert's in the house. Chris is in the house. Andy's here. Andy's here. Yeah, the lighting. Is the lighting cleaner? Well, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I actually have the... Where's the camera pointed? It's pointed a little... I don't know. I can't tell. It's like chopping off the top of my head. So Andy's been here, so he knows how tiny this is. It's like we're all crammed in here. I got like a whole bunch of planes on the other side now because I've had to everything. You know, I had to clear off so I had to move the workbenches that started over there just down 2 feet. And in order to just move everything 2 feet, oh my God, you'd think I would. You'd think I could. That would motivate me to get rid of some stuff. Okay, we're going to do this over again because one, I don't have the right glasses on. Okay, and looking at the chat, I should look at the chat, but I've been blabbing. So hopefully Andy and I will get a chance to fly quads maybe this week. Got to leave work early to do that, but it'll be worth it. There's been some perfect weather here to fly, and of course I haven't been flying in forever, you guys. I miss it. I was just thinking about that today. I didn't even know if I cared to fly today. I would just sit at the park, watch Andy fly. Oh, okay, I just screwed it up. I had it perfectly aligned. Here, should we do it over the overhead camera so you can see what I'm messing with? I don't know. Does it matter? Does it matter? Does the overhead camera work? Oh yeah, it's working. So we're trying to line these up. Let's move this hunk of junk while we build the next hunk of junk. See, I have all these planes to crash. I have many planes to crash. I have the simple stick. I have this thing, which I've already crashed on launch. That one has iNav. Oh, iNav 7. Well, it's not out, but the release candidate's out. iNav fans. I think I won't be doing the release candidate myself. First of all my planes that have F411s, which are many planes. Many F411s because they're cheap. They're not going to work with iNav 7. Well, not really. I think that's what Pat Powell said. Okay, I'm trying to get this lined up while I yap on. I think I got it. It's close enough. Where's the tape? Maybe one of these days. I have a large format printer, and in part of this project I got sidetracked because I have a total attention deficit disorder, if you guys couldn't tell already. And so I took the whole printer apart because in my storage locker I realized I had another printer that was exactly the same that I got from a side job that I did a long time ago that was broken. had like something broken. My printer has everything working, I thought, except the screen. So I took the screen off the one that was broken and put it on the one that I have that's everything working. But it sat there for so long that the print head is all gooped up. So now it's sitting over there waiting for a print head. But to make a long story short, or make a long story long, if I get the print head, there, we cut it out. If I get the print head and I get it to work, I can print 13 by 19. And that is way, way bigger than, here, I'm sorry, I'm going to move this panel back out of the way. Oh, I'm dropping glue sticks all over. Oh, yeah. Oh, crashed into the printer. Okay. All right, so, can't see. Let's get some foam to cut this out. And can't see with those glasses. Oh my God, I am a comedy of errors. I hope. Oh, wait a minute. I kind of thought we cut one out. We cut one out. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if it's important. Yeah, okay, we're gonna do the quad thing. Excellent. Okay. Bottom piece. So let's go. I can't believe how much time I wasted on this. Sorry, you guys. 1 second. Here we have the tail piece, but we need to cut a second tail piece. And I was thinking of altering the design of the tail. But first let's find a piece of foam board. I might have to go back further in time. Here we go. I knew I had a piece sitting around. Okay. This is the mini guinea. And you can count my gray hairs because I'm old. I'm old. I'm getting up there. I'm getting up there in the age brackets. I actually went and figured out like for the first, you'd think I would have done this a long time ago, like smart people, like plan for the retirement stuff, but I'm clearly not that person. So anyway, I went on in the United States, we have Social Security, and then of course you have your retirement that you get through your job too. So I went onto those like websites and downloaded my, like in Social Security, you can like download your lifetime earnings report and all this kind of stuff, and tells you how much money you're gonna get per month if you do retire when you're this age or that age, blah blah blah. So I finally went and did that recently, and I realized I'm probably going to retire in like 8 or 9 years. Assuming, see, the thing is, here's the thing. With your employer buys stocks. That's what they do with your retirement money. They buy stocks with it. Or they have fund managers buy stocks. And so your retirement money could hit the shitter right before you retire, or it could be great before you retire. You just don't know, because it's like 8 years from now. So what's going to happen? Do you know? Do you know what the economy's going to be like? What the stock market's going to be doing? Like the month that you want to retire, let's say it's going to be, June of 2031, right? Let's say I'm going to do that. What is oh my God, who knows? So it's like a crapshoot. But if things are not horrible in the world, like, right? Yeah. Then I will retire in about 8 years. So that means I'm old. Of course, if I was in Europe or some more socialized country, I would probably retire sooner. But I'll be lucky if, yeah, I say in about 8 years if I'm lucky. Because everything has to go all right. Because the government in our country is mostly dysfunctional. There's so much dysfunction. That's all I'll say. Is just, obviously, everybody can agree on that. Okay, I got to print one more of these. Maybe two, because I'm kind of thinking of... Oh, the rudder. Where's the rudder? Okay, let's find the rudder. Let's go to the rudder. Is there a rudder? Let's go to the desktop center. Is that a thing? It is. And then we're going to do the switcheroony. Can I do that? Oh, yes, I can. Okay, let's see if I can open the rudder. Is there a rudder? Vertical stab. There we go. Don't laugh at this. This is my beautiful drawing. There it is. It's lovely. Okay, so Illustrator is like, I cannot learn it. I can't learn it. This is like a curve that I'm not going to follow when I cut this part right there. I just couldn't get it to work. Okay, so let's print this out. Yeah, print onto defined by driver. So it'll print on legal if I leave it in there. So that means I got to save my legal paper because I don't have a whole lot of it. I got to put the letter paper back in. If I leave the legal in, it'll print by default. If the tray is empty and I close it, then it will take the letter size paper. Yes, the letter size, because we measure things by the size of the king's foot. That was our measurement system that carries on to this day for sort of print. There we go. All right. This, what is it? This is, I want to get the laser. The red dragon mouse. Do not recommend. The buttons on the side, they don't work. Like they won't. They're not like the other, like the buttons on this mouse, which was my son's mouse. Let me see. I'm going to cover the laser so I don't blast my eyes. This is a Razer Naga, from 2012, 11 years old. The buttons work fabulous. The buttons work. They're programmed exactly the same, with the same, well, each has their own little software. This one does, no matter where I am, it does the right thing. The other one only does it if I'm in the OBS software. So anyway, okay, let me go get that off the printer. And then we'll get a piece of foam board while I'm in here too, just in case we don't have enough over there. This scrappy piece right here will be good. I have a camera over here in theory, but it's not turned on since I moved the plugs over there. I had to do a bunch of work over there too, on the other side of this wall, to facilitate this stuff. And I realized I don't want to ever move now. I've done all this stuff. I don't want to move. Don't make me move. Don't make me undo any of this. My kids will have to come clean it up. Plus, I cleaned over here. I did stuff. I do stuff. I had to move the shelves that are behind there. Oh, and the other thing I can say, and this all this stuff that I did was the Milwaukee drill. Wherever it is, this thing, the M12. This thing is the most amazing. This thing is the most amazing tool. Definitely. This thing, this little freaking battery is a powerhouse. And it goes and it goes and it goes. Four lights, it's still full. I built the whole thing with a one battery and then like this battery. And I swear, I mean, and I had to take it apart like 10 times too. So the monitor stands weren't right. At first I did, anyway, I had to build like wings to hold, and it was like, so everything had to be done and redone. Those batteries, it's just, I mean, I can't say enough how fabulous that thing is. It's good that there's still something you can buy that's good. Still things you can buy that are good. I like those Vivo stands. They're not perfect, but whichever one you buy, they all the parts fit together with the other ones. So they use the same size tube for every one of their things. So I can just take the parts from one and put it on another. That I like. Right to repair, man. Right to repair. Okay. That is our rudder, sort of. This is our horizontal. This is the little vertical things at the end. These guys here. So I guess we'll build this tail just like that. We'll just rebuild it. No imagination. We'll just do it that way. So let's cut these out. Let's see. Oh, and I gotta print one more of these. Let's get the other ones cut out first though. Let's do this one. Make sure that's not too bad. Building to crash. Building to crash. So, I have a 60 volt DeWalt that barely lasts a couple hours. 60 volt. I live a sheltered life. I do. I live in my little cozy little hamlet of Manhattan, Kansas. Separated from the craziness of the world. The worst thing we have around, well, I mean, we got some bad stuff going on around here, and don't get me wrong, but the worst thing, the most bothersome thing really to my lily padded life is, all the loud damn trucks and everything that everybody drives these days. Jeez. Everybody, I mean, they spend extra money just to get a loud muffler, and I guess it's perfectly okay. Back in the day, when I was growing up, you could get in trouble for having a loud car. You got a ticket. You got tickets all the time. The cops would give you tickets, but not anymore. You don't get tickets anymore. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do, if you look at this one, oh, there's the washer that I lost the other day. Look at that. If I could just pick it up. There it is. Oh, my battery's done balance charging. I had a battery that I checked the voltage on it. It was storage, but it wasn't balanced. What was I going to say? So if you look at this, it's got kind of a curve. So we'll follow that curve and not those. I think the original lines were from the flight test Mini Guinea. Yeah, that must be. So I made it way bigger and more curvy, and the idea was that the curve was supposed to match the curve at the end of the wing, which it does not. But I think that was the idea when I was first doing it. All right, let's get this under the camera so we can be semi-professional. Let's see how that looks. Let's see if we do number 11. I can almost see. I've got plans now. Now that I got these monitor stands for the over there, in fact, on Friday on payday, I'm going to order another extra tall one. So they're going to order another extra tall one. It's going to go here. And then I'm going to 3D print like a system of stuff to like hold things, the lights and cameras, and I got ideas, guys. I got ideas. I got plans. All right. So that pole thing will hold the third monitor of my work setup, which so that when I'm streaming, I can just pull that sucker right out there. The work setup. That computer's a champ. Do you realize that computer's from 2012? The computer we're streaming on right now, that's running Adobe Illustrator and that has all this crap on it from work and stuff. It's from 2012. Wait, it might be from 2014. It's either from 2012 or 2014. One of those early 12, 14 numbers. So it's either, 9 or 11 years old. I mean, I've upgraded it. I bought a video card for it, with my own money. I bought memory for it with my own money. I bought USB hubs and all the stuff that everything's plugged into from Amazon and stuff. But the work computer itself was from 2012. So no, you can still run old hardware. You can't run Windows 11 on it, but you don't really want to. Okay, I keep saying I'm going to cut this. I don't think I have a fresh blade. Let's do a fresh blade. Oh, gosh. Sorry, I'm babbling. We still got a whole nother hour to go, so I can babble. Here, let's switch to the fancy overhead cam. Because when I get that monitor stand, that long one, and then with all the spare parts left over from the ones that I bought, I'm going to, that means I have to change to a new one. Only have a few more of these left. A few more, and then they're gone. And I'm going to buy the Alpha blades. We'll see how they do. If I can find them. Okay. What's happening in the chat? I didn't even look. I haven't been looking. I'm just doing this. We're screaming at me. You can see the chat screen. I got to scroll up. Like the angle. Shows a lot more. Okay, so the camera closer is good. And it's kind of like I had to angle it different too, yeah. It's probably on an angle. It's not even straight. I'm going to leave it alone. Our CPP is going to be gone when I retire if it's not gone before that. Yeah, well, we're in the same boat. Pretty sure I got a belly button lint older than well, somebody said, what would you, if you could tell your 20-year-old self, you had 3 words to tell your 20-year-old self, what would they be? Buy Apple stock. That's what they would be. Buy Apple stock. Yeah, it looks different. 60 volt to wall. Last couple. Is that the end? B. Arthur would be in it called The Hobbit. I can't see the damn bottom of this stupid thing because of the freaking heart they put in there. God, they put a heart in the way of stuff you're looking at. The Tech Bros, man. This is going to be my rant. My rant is now. I had to buy Twitter Blue for a Twitter account at work because I'm an IT guy and Twitter's IT, right? Whatever. So I had to buy Twitter Blue, and I paid for it with my business. Like, I have a business credit cards, and I paid for it on one of those. And of course, when you do stuff like that for the government, every month I have to file my business credit card report with the money I spent, what I spent it on, who it gets charged to, because it's rarely like for me, it's always for other people. So I buy stuff for other people at work. They tell me what to charge it to. I file this report, and I have to have the receipt for everything that I buy, right? Because you buy stuff with government money, you have to show that you bought stuff. So I bought Twitter Blue. Well, the tech bros, man, the tech bros can't be bothered with receipts and invoices and stuff. They're tech bros. They don't have time for stuff like that. So you go on Twitter, which is of course a train wreck because Elon Musk is a train wreck. And there's no way. And to get a Twitter Blue, let me just side tangent rant. To get a Twitter Blue, you don't have to do anything like prove that you're anybody. I just said, hey, I'm the guy from agronomy and blah, blah, blah. Okay, sure you go, Twitter Blue. You get your check mark. $84 or whatever. You pay the $84. You get nothing. Blue check mark and no receipt, no email confirmation to the account that's attached to the Twitter account. Nothing. And then when you go to their help center and try to leave them a message, they have a message for you. And the message for you is that they'll get around to your message when they feel like it. I'm serious. I am freaking serious. It says, almost to be exact wording is like, it will be a couple days or maybe longer. So some indefinite period of time, they will get back to you about your request. So there's no receipt. So I have to write a letter saying I bought Twitter Blue from Elon Musk, and Elon Musk can't be bothered with things like a piece of software that produces a PDF. That's what I sit at this desk over here laboring over. My whole, my work life is like trying to figure out, how do I generate a PDF? Not trying to figure out, but now I have to generate a new PDF that does this or this or this. You have to do stuff with code. They can't be bothered with that. Can't be bothered. Anyway, that's all I got to say. Tech bros, do not recommend. I'm embarrassed sometimes to be in the IT field because the IT people, they are the worst communicators ever. And I suppose that's what I am. Oh, I haven't even ranted into the camera. I was ranting into the camera that wasn't turned on. Thank you. Okay, back to this. We'll just do it the right way now. But that was my rant, not on camera. The tech bros cannot be bothered. I am totally down on the tech bros. They are morons of the highest order. This is like not going so well, so I'm going to put some more tape around this curve. Because I'm sorry for getting my big fat gray hair headed, fat head and bald, whatever it is, in the way. All right, we did the curve. We'll do this curve now. So this curve goes bang, my head goes bang into the camera. See, I've got a few ideas of how to get, well, I've got to get a different camera, of course, but how to get. I bet he is staring at the other camera, Robert. Yeah, I'm staring at the camera. I know. Pitiful. You'd think I'd learn how to stream by now. But, these streaming it's an art, not a science. I am not an artist. But we're going to make this curve. There we go. Down we go. There we go. That's pretty good. And then I'm going to use this old worn out blade to cut through there and to cut, oops, to cut there so I can get rid of this thing. Okay. Yes. There we go. So what are we going to do? We're going to have a hinge cut, a score cut here, and a through cut here. So let's do the score cut first. Yeah, I really want to go flying. I want to go camping. I want to go fly camping. We had Andy and Kevin and I had that one camping trip, and it was so much fun. I really enjoyed myself. It was such a nice, cool spot too. And Andy did this, like, it was kind of fun watching Andy because well, both Andy and Kevin do this now, but back then it was Andy that was doing this mostly, and he would just practice and practice and practice. I mean, he's a good pilot because he practices. He goes and he repeats the same thing, and he learns, you know, how you learn stuff. I don't do that. I haven't done that. I got kind of good with my tiny trainer. I'm talking about flying line of sight, because let's face it, flying FPV, it's not really about the skill of actually flying too much. I mean, it is if you're doing, okay, let me rephrase that. If you're just cruising and you're not doing proximity stuff, then it's not that. It doesn't take that much effort. It doesn't take that much brain cells. It's just more like enjoyment and relaxation. Whereas flying line of sight, well, for me anyway, I mean, it's a skill that you must acquire. You've got to control the, I mean, and don't get me wrong, I know how to fly line of sight. I learned how to fly line of sight before I flew all these FPV planes. But I got pretty good at it for rudimentary stuff, and now I didn't fly line of sight for so long that I've turned into a novice again. It's weird. Okay, I hope I didn't screw that up, but I cut this score cut here. We've got this cut. Just got to do this cut here. Sorry for getting my big fat head in the way again. I'm trying to keep it out of the way. A little bit right there. Okay. That should be it. I should be able to take this off. It's kind of like cutting foam. It's very, I mean, once you get to flying, and it like flying, like I used to fly the tiny trainer, just kind of going around in figure eights and going really low passes past yourself with the streamers on and stuff. It's very relaxing. It's like cutting foam patterns. For me, it's very, that is the ugliest rudder ever. And it is ugly in real life too. Look at how ugly that is. That is an ugly shape. That is a hideously ugly shape that I have come up with. And I've now duplicated it. Why? I don't know. It's okay. We'll call it, maybe we should call this the ugly guinea, or the ugly, it's not, ugly stick is already a thing. It's not a stick anyway. So it's not an ugly stick, but it's an ugly something This is an ugly, this top part should be more rounded. I think on the other one it is. That's just, that makes it look stupid. It's okay. I am not building the world's most masterful airplane here. Do some of that. Where's the camera? I haven't been paying attention. Let's pay attention. I'm supposed to be paying attention. Now this curve, let's try to get this halfway decent, so it doesn't look like an amateur cut it with a dull knife, even though this knife is sharp. Okay, not too bad. Okay, let's get this, and now we gotta tape some of these things. Let's tape some of these things. Let's get the glue gun plugged in case I glue something. Oh, and we had a tragedy in the workshop. A tragedy, I tell you. And the tragedy is, let's see if I can get it out here, because now I have no place to put this. The tragedy is that the hook, this heat gun, which has been around for many, many years. I've had it for a long time, but it's made out of plastic, of course, like everything. And it had the hooky thing in the top here, like a wire, spring wire hook, and the little plasticky part that keeps it captured broke off. So now I can't just hook it. So now I have to screw a hook in there, which means I have to find a place to screw it where I'm not going to like screw into the heating elements. Anyway, so I have to lay this, and I have like a kind of floor here that's like a plastic, whatever, you know, laminate floor. So I can't just put it, I have to be careful now when I put it down if I use it. And of course the glue guns, I always have to be careful with them. But now they've been on the floor. The glue guns have been on the floor because I moved everything, and now they got dog hair all over them. They've got dog hair all over them. Even though I clean the floor. I mean, I clean the floors down here. You guys. It's like the story of my life in this place, cleaning the floors. It's the very first thing I did, because we had a flood when I first moved here. And then it left behind a trail of a film of mud, a muddy film. Had to do it over and over. Okay, so did I forget about the holes? Oh no. Okay, so let's make sure that the holes match up. They do. Okay. That rudder, I know, bad for life, I know. I know, camping with planes and quads. I brought quads too, and Andy brought quads, and we camped, we flew, we barbecued, we had a charging station. Oh man, it was fun. We had our tents, we had a fire pit, we had a runway that was the road, and it was curved, and you had to fly through some trees to make the approach, and it was like, it was oh man, it was cool. Oh wait, I'm not even, it was like, here, let me do that again. It was like that. It was awesome. Oh my god, these glasses are so dirty. Yeah, it was very nice. It was very nice. And that was now what? I think, was that pandemic year or the year before the pandemic? Who knows? But it was so long ago now. I feel like the world has changed. But I still go to that spot, but I've only gone there like by myself. When I go there, I've flown my quads back at that same spot that our camping spot was. It's like there's like this park, and you can camp anywhere in this park, but there's no. It's like in a floodplain, and it's all like a floodplain, like a sticky, muddy floodplain, except for one little spot where there's like a grove of trees and a fire pit in the middle of it. And that's so if there's like somebody camping in that one spot, you can't. There's no good spots. Okay, glue gun is on. These things, we have to tape these things. Look at this. See, because of my I got dirt on there. Because I moved it around on that table when I was moving things. It's okay. We're going to go with it. And I also, oh no, that's supposed to be cut through. Okay, so let's do the purple stripe down the middle. So I should have gotten all the tape out here. We're going to do this purple tape and this clear tape. We only have the shipping tape and not the storage tape, so I don't have the right kind of clear tape, but we're going to go with what we got. And we got this purple tape that I got at McGuckin's in Boulder, Colorado. So let's see how this stuff does. Robert, good night. Back to work. Man, that's late, dude. See you later. Have a great weekend. Yeah, it's weekend. Is it weekend? Oh, I wish it was weekend. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a stripe down the middle. I am flailing now. We're flailing around. So let's move this over here. Let's move this to the edge, like so. Let's hang this back up. Okay. So we're going to just tape right down the middle. And I think I have to give myself a little bit of guidance. So what we'll do is we're going to mark right like that and right like that. So I make sure that I cover that spot. And then I might as well do the same up here. So we're going to go somewhere around there. Okay. So I don't even know if this is going to get in. What does it look like? Not really. It's off. The edge is off. But we're close in, folks. We're close in. I don't know if I'm going to like this tape. Oh, definitely not. It's super, we're going to do it for this one, but it's super stretchy. It's super stretchy. I don't like that. So, Chris, has it gotten cold up there in the northern wilds? I mean, it was 70 degrees here today. Fahrenheit, of course. Yeah, I don't like this tape at all. At least not for this purpose. This has a different purpose. Which is a bummer because I got a whole bunch of different rolls of different colors of it. So, yeah. Okay. Well, we're going with it now. Purple stripe down the bottom. Yeah, we had a little bit of cold weather, but not too bad. Oh, yeah. See, this tape I don't like either. I don't have any of the tape that I want to have. We're gonna have to do something about that. We're gonna have to make some tape purchases. I need a few things for another airplane project that I started to. I mean, before I actually like build the plane, I like start a project box for it, and I start getting all the parts together. So I've actually started to get a project box together for one of the planes that one of the twin motor planes that we have from the factory, not one of these foamy board things. Well, it's foam, I'm sure, but not foam board. But I got an ESC for it. I got a motor. Let's see. I can't even remember what size of things I got now, but ESC. I got two. You have to get two of everything for a twin, of course. So I had to get two ESCs, two motors. So I got stuff to build several twins now. I got the Flight Test Explorer modified version twin over there that we're going to build a new version of that sometime. Man, I could do projects, speaking of till I retire. I could do projects till I retire, especially since I miss so many live streams. I'm going to try to do better. Try to do better. Try to edit some videos too. I got so much good stuff to... Oh, no, not quite finished. What am I doing? I thought I was already at the edge, but I'm not quite at the edge. Am I on the right camera? Oh, good. What's showing up on the camera? Oh, my goodness. Very clearly that monitor. See, that's what I'll be able to do if I fix this up with another monitor arm. Is swing that back. I think I'll be able to swing it back. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know exactly how the logistics are going to work. But of course, I have to spend more money to make that happen. Okay, so I think everybody's gone. Bye, you guys, if you're all gone. I had a nice night. I'm not leaving yet. We're still here. We're still going. We got long ways to go. Long ways to go. See, I'm actually going to get a plane partly built. So once we get this stage done, then the next stage we have to do is to cut around the edges. And we like doing that. It makes it very satisfying because it's like you start out with a piece of foam board, and then after you cover it with tape, it is like a different kind of material. I mean, it still has. Don't get me wrong. Don't treat it like it's super strong or anything, but it definitely feels like a different kind of material from that side of things. It's more rigid. It's obviously more shiny. It also feels like a different kind of material if you take foam board and you do the, I used to do it, the oil-based clear coat. You have to use the oil-based stuff. And it will still have a possibility, depending on how it soaks in, or if it over-soaks, of wanting to separate the paper in a few spots, which kind of sucks. But if you do a thin coat, here, we'll do this under this camera. If you do a thin coat, it makes it like, it's like almost like a board. Not a foam board, but a board. Okay, we'll try to see what we're doing here. Oh, we're going to do a better plate. Is that already off camera? Probably. So we have to take each of these edges of tape off, of course. There we go. What else is in the news besides iNav 7? I think there's a couple new planes out. It's escaping me what they are right now. So I should have said goodnight to all you guys because you're all gone. It says 0. I don't ever know how to depend on it because sometimes it says 0 and then the graph says 2. Sometimes the graph says 0 and it says 2. 2, man, that's a lot. My marketing campaign is working. Okay, we're almost done. We can check it out and see how beautiful it is. Oh, and we can finish cutting it out too. Now that we have taped it, we can glue it. We can bend it, we can glue it. It didn't look that bad. Let's do a little bit of, get me that card. We'll do a little bit of, here it is. Do a little bit of this. Only got a couple blobs of dirt under there. Couple hairs, dog hair. I do try to keep it clean down here. I mean, how many times do I stop to straighten up my workbench during a build? It seems like a zillion. I do try to keep it clean, even though I have a zillion projects. I do try. Okay, so we're going to clean out these score joints here. Oh, and these got to come out completely. This piece comes out completely out. Let's see if we can manage to get this blade to cut through the paper. It's, there we go, finally. Holy smokes. I'm trying not to go too fast because even though this blade, I just replaced it, right? You saw me. I don't want to screw up the paper on the outside. Oh, it's got to cut through the tape too. Duh. Of course. There we go. Voila. That's how we do that. We'll just, and then we'll give this a little bend here when we're ready. Oh, it said 6 people were watching at one point. That might be a record. I even had like a celebrity on here once. It's a joke, but not really. A celebrity to me. The guy from Think Flight, he was on here once in the chat. So that means I'm one, what is it called? Something one step removed from, what's his name? RC test flight. How does it go? You're six removed from everybody on the planet. No more than 6. You know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. Okay. I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for. Generations is not the right word. Anyway, okay, so now we're getting ready to actually bend a piece to make a piece of foam board. Because remember on the last stream that it was like 3 years ago, the last stream that was 3 years ago, I said I would do some of this stuff off stream. Well, I didn't end up doing anything off stream. Now that we talked about camping, that's all I'm thinking about while I'm cutting this is camping, going camping. Going camping. I wonder what the weather's going to be like this weekend. I can't go camping this weekend, though. I have to sort of plan in advance, and I'm sure Andy and Kevin have to plan in advance, too. But I haven't even made time to go flying, so there's just like, I have no excuses. I just wanted to work on that sim pit, though. I just did. And there was some good weather to be outside cutting wood, so I did that. Okay, so now we're going to try to split this. There we go. And then comes the difficult part, and that is getting this part out. Sometimes it doesn't want to go. But we want it to go. Yep, everybody's gone. Bye, you guys. Good night. I still got a half an hour to go, but that's what we're going to do in this. Oh, we screwed that up. We screwed that up, folks. That's okay. Yeah, we're getting to the best part. You guys are missing out on the best part. That's a joke, of course. That is a joke. What should I, I'm not going to play music, and I have to do this. I have to build a plane, so let's see. Which way is it? Is it the inside out like this? No, it's definitely like this. So we got to bend these up. I'm going to do that over here. I'm going to bend it up. Let's get this one removed too. Who's the guy that I like to watch doing the live build, except for the music? I can't think of what his name right now. Did anybody see the bot grinder tier list of the tier list of tier lists, many tier lists? He did FPV goggle tier list. He did then at the end of it, he did the YouTubers. That was fun. Well, I saw it. Okay, so there we go. We put these in like this, and those in like that, and that's how we're going to glue it. Right? We'll double check with the live model that I've already built and crashed. But first, let's clean out these crevasses. Or as we say in America, crevices. America. That is not looking so great, but it's not bad. It's not consequential to the quality of the airplane. I think this will be a pretty easy glue if I don't screw it up. The problem is the glue gun. It's hot now, but it's out of glue. So, as you can see. So what are we going to do? We're going to get another stab of glue, which I had set right over there, and I had glue sticks at the ready, and now I don't have them. Okay, so let me go grab one. Be quicker just to grab one than to go find one. Find the one that I lost. Oh, let's get one of these out of the 5-pound box. Holy smokes, that's a lot of glue sticks. These glue sticks will be inherited by my children. I will never go through that much glue. Okay, we're going to do this. Put a little glue there. We'll see if this works. And we're going to stick it on the end of that. And we're going to try to get it lined up. And we're just going to hold it there for a second. And see what happens. Usually it's a little ways in before I do this. But this is at a very inconvenient spot in its progression. So hopefully it'll stay on like that and feed through. So next we're going to get our triangles ready. We've got to get our correct glasses on, and we're going to actually glue an airplane on this live stream, a part of an airplane. What a miracle. And does it fold to a right angle? Indeed it does. Okay, and another thing I'm going to do is set this. Maybe I'll set this in there after. Okay, so let's have some bits ready for clean out. Oh, there's all the glue sticks, you dodo. Okay, here. Let's switch to that camera for a minute. Pay more attention to what I'm doing here. Okay, so I'm going to have a few sticks to get in there and scrape out the glue, maybe. And then a wastebasket to plop them in. Okay, you ready? Let's do this. We're going to glue this. What does it look like out there? Okay, are we ready? Okay. We'll just do one side at a time. I don't know what I'm thinking I'm going to do both sides for. I'll just do one. Get the tip cleaned off, nice and clean. And we're going to do this side first. Oh my God, it's not feeding. It's really not feeding. What's the hell's wrong with this thing? It's not because of that other glue stick, it's just because it's junk. Come on. Ah, shit. Okay. Here we go. That sucked. I'm going to have to test that now and see why it's not feeding. It stopped feeding even before it got to the point where I joined the two. And now I got to get that off. Let's get that off. Wink. Okay. We'll hold this. And we'll count to about a minute. And we're going to see what's not feeding about. You know what? Now that I think about it, it hasn't fed that well since I changed the... I think maybe it's time to retire that glue gun until I get a different tip for it. Because I changed the tip and it's been like that ever since. Since I broke the tip that came in the box of stuff that Andy was getting rid of. That perfect tip. It worked great. Okay, that's good enough. Now we're going to do a little test here. Yeah, see, it's getting stuck. What's it doing? Let's see. All right, it's feeding good now. No, it's not springing back. Shit. It's not springing back. Come on. Come on. Now it is. See, the handle's got to spring back or else it's no good. Okay, look at all that glue I wasted. Look at all that. Oh my goodness. Okay. Mush that together better. And then now let's get it at a right angle. That was a mess. It ended up not so bad, not too bad. When it doesn't feed, it's you're in the middle of a running down a glue bead. That kind of sucks because you don't want the glue to cool off. Look at all that glue I squirted. I don't know if you can see. There's two giant piles there. Those will be hot for a few minutes there. You can't see because there are 0 people watching. I think I'm going to switch back to 8 to 10. That's what I usually do in the winter. So next week it'll probably be 8 to 10. Okay, I think we're good there. We got a little bit down here that we're going to have to fix. Let me just cut this little bit off. Okay, that's good enough. Funny thing about glue, it's sticky. Look at that. 2 big glops of glue to get the feed working, and they're still nice and hot. Okay, enough of that. The next piece we have to get this off of there. Yeah, it turned out pretty good. Once it's cooled off, we'll clean that up better. But there's our sort of main part of our mini guinea fuselage. Now what we have to do is cut out some other pieces. We have to glue together the wing. We have to tape this. We have to get all the glue off of our board. Okay, let's put this over here. Okay, we'll do this next. Let's tape this up. Oh, we put a stripe across the top and it was supposed to be across the bottom. Well, we're going to have a stripe on the top and we're going to have a stripe on the bottom. So let's get that tape out that I don't like because I want to have the same color. I meant to ask Robert about the 3D printed nose that he sent me a, he didn't really send me a link to it on Discord, though. He sent me a picture of it, I think. I gotta get, my Discord is, not my Discord. I don't have a Discord, but I mean, I don't go on Discord enough, and it's a valuable resource. And an interesting place to go. Don't tell me, oh good. Barely made it without screwing that one up. Okay. That's gonna be that. And then we'll put a little clear on the edges. Do not like this tape, but it's, oh, I should have kept that stuck down. Okay. There we go. We're not at the right, oh, we're losing the microphone. Ah, shit. Okay, we're losing the microphone. It's going to fall, and then it's going to fall. And the tape is stuck, so I have to do the tape or the microphone. I don't know which one I care about more. Okay. The shirt saved the microphone. It probably caused the problem, too, at the same time. Okay, there we go. The things we do. The things we do. All right. Yep, the last word today was from Chris. Thank you, Chris, from the wilds of Canada. I didn't really find out if it was cold or not. Maybe he was already gone. I could look up the weather. The northern, northern Alberta, right? North central Alberta. Man, Alberta's so huge. There's so much space up there. I mean, not really, but don't get any ideas, humans. Leave the place alone. Holy crap, is it huge. Holy crap. All right, we're going to get this glued on, and then we're going to end the stream. Because it's going to be time. Nobody's watching. You guys are all, it's too late. It's too late for wintertime streaming for old people. Well, some of you guys are working. I bet you Kevin's working. Andy's probably working. We know Robert's working. We're going to get this glued on. And then end the stream, and hopefully I'll do better next time. I'm stealing from Bot Grinder. All the best stuff is stolen from Bot Grinder anyway, so there you go. No, what he says is, I promise next time will be better. I'm not going to promise. I'll try to do better next time. It could be worse. I've had some pretty bad ones recently. I mean, there's other, like Bad for Life. He watches another stream that's much more interesting. I can't remember whose it is right now, but I watched after he mentioned it. I went and checked it out. Of course, there's music in it. Music in the background. If I was watching the right one anyway, there was. And I Sometimes, I don't know, I feel like that makes me so old. It's like, really? I have music when I'm writing code. I have videos on when I'm writing code or working on these projects without streaming. Sure, I do, yes. Music of my choosing at the volume level that I want. But when you have it in a stream and I can't, I don't know. And it's especially one of those like ravey things that just goes over and 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 over. Seriously. I can't get with that. I can't get with it. Can't get with the music. It's not even really music. It's just blah, 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 stuff to go on in the background. Noisy, drummy, ravey stuff. And don't get me wrong, ravey stuff's good. If you're at a rave. If you're at a rave, you should be raving. Definitely. Okay, let's see how this fits, folks. Because it's 10:46 p.m. Oh, and I can tell I glued that wrong. See where I screwed that up? Push that. It got, yeah. Will it bend in the right spot? Oh my God. It's not the right one. What the hell? I didn't bend it in the right spot. Okay. Let's get a measurement on that. What we're going to do is we're going to put this piece up to this piece. I must have cut out the wrong one. Or something. That line is copied from that line. But that's not the bendy line. That's the problem. So we'll put the bendy line right there. And we'll just draw it out with what we'll do is we'll just use our stick to crease it here. Like so. And we're going to get a piece of wood. Like, what size? Skinny stick? Should we do a skinny stick? Let's do a skinny stick. We'll do this. We'll do a skinny stick. We'll do it very skinny. Let's not burn my fingers. And let's put it on there. There we go. And we'll get off the extra glue. There, that'll fix that mistake. And then we'll bend it here. Like so. And now we can bend it and fit it. Look at that. Okay. All right. Now comes the part where I'll probably screw up. But let's get, this will be the last. Before we do that, we're going to cut through these spots here. I don't know if you can see those, but let's cut through these spots here. blade's already getting dull. This is some fine craftsmanship here, man, you guys. All right. Now let's poke it through with the X-Acto knife. Possibly. Now, that blade, that X-Acto knife is not sharp enough for this. To cut through this tape. This rubbery tape. It's very rubbery. It's making a mess of this. Or I'm making a mess of this. There we go. Okay, now let's see if we can stick this in through here. I don't have it in the right spot here. We have the foam cut, it's just the tape isn't cut. And oh my God, this blade is just dull already. Unbelievable. There we go. That's how it's supposed to fit in. Fits through the tail, of course, too. But okay. We'll actually be removing some of this tape to glue on the tail. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to glue the tops of these, and you're not going to see the whole thing, but I'll try to get close. Okay, and this thing's going to go on. Ah, come on. Go on. Ah, shit. Shit, shit, shit. Shit, shit, shit. We screwed it up, folks. Oh, we screwed it up. Shit. Come on. There we go. There we go. There we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think we saved it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's a mess, but oh man, that was a disaster. That was a total disaster. But it ended up okay. All this stuff will come off. The little front, I'm a millimeter. I didn't get it lined up by a millimeter. That won't matter. And actually what happened compared to how it looks. Oh, maybe I should let it finish drying, but not too bad. We're definitely going to reinforce this with some tape because the glue cooled a lot, especially back here. And we'll just get some tape on there just to help it stay where it wants to be. I mean, how long is this plane going to last anyway, right? It won't last as long as the time I spent building it, probably. But that other one did. It lasted through quite so many flights. I mean, okay, well, we got a piece of the airplane built, and I babbled on a lot, and I missed the camera when I was doing my rant. And what else did we screw up? I didn't have the mic working at the beginning. Let's see. Oh, I broke my panel, which doesn't really matter because that didn't work out the way I thought it was going to work out anyway. And I'm building a different panel because of the shape. I'm not doing anyway. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's all good. Broke a few things, burnt a few things, built a few things. So you guys, you're not there, but whoever's out there, peace, love, and airplanes, man. See you guys later. Good night. We'll see you next week if I get my act together. And we'll, oh, did I screw up? Did I screw up? I don't know. But I hope not. No, it's doing the right thing. Good night, you guys. See you next week if all goes well. 8 p.m. Central Time. Central America Time.